Hello everyone. Let's learn about the starting current of induction motor. Now see, there is something actually very interesting to learn about starting current of induction motor. See, this is what your stator. Okay? Stator having some stator pole. Okay? Stator having some stator pole, whatever. And there is a rotor. You can say squirrel cage rotor. Okay? Now let's see, you are just providing three-phase supply. Okay, rotating magnetic field is produced, and this rotating magnetic field will going to cut the conductor, and this rotating magnetic field will going to cut the conductor which is present over the rotor. It means you can say the rotor conductor will start cutting the magnetic lines of force which is actually rotating here, right? Now see, first you have to understand, very initial, this rotor is standstill, is in rest position. Rest position, you can say standstill position. Okay, the rotor is in rest position. Look here, you just think about your transformer. Your transformer has two windings, high voltage winding and low voltage winding. You can say primary winding, secondary winding. Suppose you are providing a supply from this side, then this will become primary, this will become secondary. Just like that, your rotor is also constructed. There is also winding at the stator, right? There is also winding, and we are going to provide a supply to the stator winding. This is nothing but your primary winding, and you are collecting the supply at the secondary winding, nothing but your rotor, right? It means there is again EMF will going to induce, right? So it means this is what our secondary winding, same transformer action is happen. But one thing you need to understand, this is initially in a rest position, you can say standstill position. This is initially standstill, stop, right? It means it just like a secondary short circuited transformer. Short circuited means we are just close the circuit with the help of simple conductor, but we have already provided a supply, rated supply, right? Now what is happening here? See, you are providing a rated supply, suppose at the transformer, and you are not putting any load over here. It means you are just short circuiting the whole circuit, and you are connecting it across the rated supply. Then what will going to happen? The whole current will going to flow from the circuit. What will be that current? That will be your short circuited current. Now what is short circuit current here? Remember, your short circuit current is 10 times of your full load current. Short circuit current is 10 times of full load current. Now take some example. Suppose I have applied here, of course this is three-phase supply, so it means we will going to apply 400 to 440 volt, whatever. But suppose this motor is for 100 volt capacity and suppose 5 ampere capacity, 100 volt 5 ampere. So forget the volt capacity, I'll just put the 400 volt 500 capacity. Okay, now try to understand here. At the start, your rotor circuit is stop. It means it is short circuit condition, and I am applying a total voltage at the stator. What will going to happen? A 10 times of full load current will going to start flowing inside your rotor conductor. It means 10 times means 5 into 10. It will become 50 ampere current will start flowing through your rotor copper bars or rotor circuit. See, your rotor or your motor having a rated value is 5 ampere. Max to max it can take 7 to 8 ampere. But this is huge. It means it will going to damage our rotor circuit, or you can say simple, it will going to damage our motor. A very high amount of heat will going to produce, very high amount of heat will going to produce, because this much high amount of current is flowing through the rotor circuit. It means there will be the I square R losses, nothing but heat will going to produce. Your winding will going to become red hot, and it will going to damage your rotor circuit. So this should not be happen. So this is what your starting current of your induction motor. So this should not be happen. That's why there is a necessity to use the starter to start the motor. Now always remember, we need 5 HP and above. 5 HP and above we need to use, or we necessity to use our starter, or you can say 5 HP and above there is a necessity to use starters. 5 HP and above there is a necessity to use starters. Okay, but 5 HP and down, less than 5 HP, you can say there is no need to use starters. Now you will ask why it is like that. There is no any 10 times of full load current will going to flow or not. Of course there will be the 10 times of full load current will going to flow through the circuit, of course. But what happen, below 5 HP motor they have very less parameter value. You can say like 0.8 ampere rating motor. Okay, now suppose 0.8 multiplied by 10 you can take, so it will become 8 ampere. So 8 ampere, your copper conductor, it can able to handle this much of current. So that's why we don't need for less than 5 HP motors to put the starters inside the circuit. Okay, less than 5 HP we no need to use the starters. Okay, but 5 HP and above we need a starters. There is a necessity to use a starters. So this is what about the starting current of induction motor. Hope you will understand this. Thank you.